Welcome to the Comparator series. On the last video, we looked at a method of choosing the positive feedback hysteresis resistor first, then the other resistors based on the value of the hysteresis resistor. The analysis made several assumptions. This video is an effort to address those shortcomings and provide a more comprehensive design method. We selected the pull-up and hysteresis resistors first. This was to ensure that the resistor network would overcome the input bias current of the comparator input. Several assumptions were made, starting with the pull-up resistor being much smaller than the load. Another assumption was that the pull-up resistor was much smaller than the hysteresis resistor. Other assumptions were that the logic high output was VCC, and the logic zero output was 0 volts. We also assumed the reference divider was sourced by VCC. We are going to remove all those assumptions. The pull-up resistor in R1 was connected to VCC. Oftentimes, the pull-up is connected to the logic supply voltage that's used for the digital device that receives the comparator's output and not the comparator's supply voltage. Sometimes the comparator will need a higher supply voltage to have enough common mode input range. For the reference divider, this may need to come from a precision reference or something other than the comparator's VCC. Also, Vout is not 0 volts. It's the comparator's low-level output voltage specified in the datasheet for a given current. As you may know from watching my other videos, I made a pledge: no math steps left behind. The reference divider will now have its own source called V sub R. The pull-up will have its own supply called V sub P. The pull-up resistor will now be included in the analysis in series with the hysteresis resistor. This allows you to conserve power and let the pull-up be larger than you would otherwise. The low-level output voltage will be included in the analysis. It can be found in the datasheet. Let's begin the analysis assuming the threshold voltage is VH, where the comparator output is open, and the threshold voltage VH is pulled up through RP and RH. Here's the KCL equations, then rearrange to solve for R1. Now for the other condition, where the comparator's output is sunk to ground. The threshold voltage is now called V sub L. The comparator's low-level output voltage from the spec is included here. Here's the KCL equations. Add the fractions, then factor out VL, and rearrange to solve for R1. Multiply by 1 over VL to eliminate the second occurrence of VL. Then eliminate the fraction in the denominator, and factor out R2. Now we have the two equations for R1 for both comparator output states. I'll set those equations equal to one another. We will begin the long chore of isolating R2, starting by clearing the fractions with cross multiplication. Then expand RH into VR minus VH. Then multiply these terms with FOIL. We will now just work on the right-hand side of the equation. Expand the right-hand side doing difference of fractions. Get rid of the minus sign on VH. Then distribute the right side into the left. Then distribute R2, RH. The R2 terms cancel. Now distribute R2, RH, VR, and cancel like terms. Bring back the left side of the equation now, then group the terms that have R2, and then factor out R2. Subtract these terms from both sides, then cancel the like terms, collect the R2 terms, and rearrange to solve for R2. RH over RP plus RH appears in 4 places, so it seems prudent to make that a coefficient, which I'll call A. And here it is substituted in the equation for R2. After R2 is calculated, we can bring back the equation we had for R1 to solve for R1. Here's an example circuit. It's a freeze sensor using the LM62 temperature sensor IC. It has an output of 15.6 millivolts per degree C with a 480 millivolt offset. I've already selected the hysteresis and pull-up resistors. VL is 0.5268 volts, which would be plus 3 degrees C. VH is 0.5736 volts, which will be plus 6 degrees C. That gives us 3 degrees of hysteresis. The reference voltage is 2.5 volts, as in a precision reference source. VP is 3.3 volts, a standard logic supply voltage. VOL is 0.02 volts. While some may think it's silly to include VOL in the analysis, 0.02 volts is over 1 degree C difference in the sensor's output. The delta voltage between thresholds is 0.0468 volts. The A coefficient comes out to 0.8692. Now for the calculation of R2. And then the R1 calculation. To adapt this to a push-pull output, set VP equal to VCC and set RP to 0. With an RP at 0, the A coefficient goes to 1. Granted, this does not consider the high-level output voltage for a push-pull output. It approximates it as VCC. I have seen several rail-to-rail comparators that can push or pull between 30 millivolts of the rail. The values of the resistors will be standard values. It's insightful to calculate the resultant threshold voltages for the selected standard resistances to see how far you are off target. Here's the equation for R1 rearranged to solve for VL. Then the same for VH. It's obvious that a paper calculation for these component values and resultant thresholds is cumbersome. In an upcoming video, I will construct a spreadsheet to do the calculations and use some of the engineering spreadsheet features and functions I presented in earlier videos. I'll also have the VOL plot digitized and create an Excel formula to return VOL for a specified sync current. Check out the video I made called Digitizing Spec Plots. It will have the coefficients for a fourth-order polynomial to return the VOL for a given current. Thanks for watching. Please click the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming content.